Wade Simpson was on him. Nolan along the boards. 38 seconds to go in the power play for Cornwall. Cerrone to Nolan. Brocklehurst is in front. There's Nolan right through the crease. He is dumped by Simpson. Cerrone right in front again. He's given a whack. Rebel moves in, shoots, but got a piece of it. Nolan along the boards. Back to Ribble. Nolan right in front. Brocklehurst couldn't quite control the puck. It was bouncing on him. 6 seconds after the power play. Slaney shooting. That's knocked down.
Slaney got a lot more on that one, and a good save by Kevin Butt. But just a long shift for Cerrone and Nolan. They've been out there for more than 2 minutes.
Here's Scaldi stealing for the Generals. There's a shot. And Paquette with the big stop. Great action. 6-5. Oshawa leading Cornwall, and lots of great hockey action all this week on TSN. Starting tomorrow with the Montreal Canadiens and the Detroit Red Wings. That follows the Hockey News television edition. Toronto Maple Leafs and the Calgary Flames coming up on Thursday. And we will stick with the Toronto Maple Leafs the next night on Friday as they continue their road trip and play the Edmonton Oilers. Lots of hockey, and it will all end up next Sunday on TSN with CHL Sunday Night from Sudbury, where the Sudbury Wolves play host to the London Knights.
Some great Norris Division action next week. Watch those surging Detroit Red Wings against the Montreal Canadiens. I guess they're just 4 points out of a playoff spot now. Minnesota North Stars are looking over their shoulder.
And you said Norris Division. It is no longer the Snorris Division. Off the draw, Scaldi. Lindros picks it up. Back of the net for Scaldi. In front. Lindros parked there. Banica lurking in the weeds. He'll come after it now in the corner. Corey Banica. All the way back. If they'd had the blue line about 8 feet back, that would have been a great pass to the point. Scaldi. Drops it back into his own end. 1 minute to play in the period. Brian Grieve gets it across. Lindros shoots high, and that is picked off by Paquette. Off the glass, Lindros in the corner. Trying to knock it down. Gives some help over there from Scaldi. Back to the line. Puck fired low and wide by Paul O'Hagan. Jolly coming out for Cornwall. Out at center. Canissera coming in over the blue line. Leaves it there. Levesque in front. Puck just tipped wide. Jolly was going for the net. 28 seconds to play in the period. Lindros for the Generals. Mondor knocks it down for Cornwall. Banica for Oshawa. To Scaldi. 15 seconds to play in the period. Oshawa leading 6-5 over the Cornwall Royals. Being enough offense for you? 11 goals and counting. Offside there in Cornwall with 9 seconds to play in the second period.
Big Bill Armstrong came over to the Oshawa Generals from Hamilton. 6'4", 220 pounds, and he's the guy they want on the ice. Actually, he's from Niagara Falls. He came over. He was the captain of the Dukes of Hamilton, traded to Niagara Falls, and then ended up in Oshawa. He's the guy they want on the ice when Nolan's on the ice. Big and strong, if he can handle the physical game.
Ian Fraser up to take the face-off for the Generals against Jeff Reed. 5 seconds to go. So 2 periods that were very different. In the first period, the Oshawa Generals were very dormant. Cornwall built up a 4-0 lead. The Generals got one before the period was over, and they have turned it on here in the second period. 1 second left in a face-off down in the Cornwall zone. 6-5 the score.
There's the other half of the tandem that the Oshawa Generals want to have against the top players in the other team. Craig Donaldson from Whitby, Ontario. Another veteran, another big guy. And these guys have the savvy and the strength to match up against Mike Ricci or Owen Nolan. You go down the list through the top players in the Ontario League, they can do it.
He scored the winner in overtime against Cornwall on Thursday night. The Oshawa Generals pulling their goaltender for this face-off. 1 second to go. They lead 6-5, and you see 2, 4, 6 Generals out there. And the puck's going back to Scaldi. Generals don't win the draw. The period ends.
Well, the Cornwall Royals are down only 1 goal, and very fortunate to be so. If they didn't get that good run at the power play late in the period, they'd be in big trouble right now.
Owen Nolan was one of the stories in the first period for Cornwall. Eric Lindros rustling some feathers in the second period.